Hello everyone! So today I am going to show you how to make this pretty little Halloween pumpkin. You're going to start off with these supplies. If you want to just pause here, you can take a look. And of course your pumpkin, which can either be fake or real. You're going to start off with an ultra fine Sharpie oil-based paint pen. And these can be found pretty much anywhere that Sharpies are sold. And using that pen, you're going to start creating some web designs all around your pumpkin. And I did 8 of these all around the pumpkin, and you just want to make sure that you have enough plastic spiders for each web that you create. Once you've added all of the webs, you can see here I have created 8 of them all around in different sizes. You're going to take your black Sharpie oil-based paint pen in a fine point, which is a thicker nib than the ultra fine, and start creating different tangles on the pumpkin. A couple things to note is that you definitely want to use a fine point instead of the ultra fine point for this step. It might be tempting to use the ultra fine point because you can get more detail and things into your design, but if you do that, you're going to be sitting there for a very, very long time to create your pumpkin. For example, this little pumpkin, it's about 8 inches. It took me about 3 hours to draw on the entire pumpkin, and that is with the fine point. So I can imagine how many more details I would have to add if I were to use the ultra fine point. So just keep that in mind. Also, you want to make sure that you're not running your hand along the design that you're creating, because this is a paint pen and not just a Sharpie. You can easily spread the paint, and you don't want to do that. It would smear and it just wouldn't look very pretty. So keep that in mind as well. It doesn't take very long for these to dry, but it does take about a minute or so. So just keep that in mind as you're going along to keep your hand out of the way so it doesn't smear. So this is just a very basic design that I'm using, and that's what I would recommend for the pumpkin, is just big, open, thick designs without too many teeny tiny details. So I'm just going to fast forward this part a little bit and show you the next step. So here is my completed pumpkin drawing on it, after drawing on it for a few hours. And once all the paint is dry and everything, you can continue on with the next step, which is your spiders. Now mine are spider rings, so I'm just holding it by the ring part, and I'm using my glue pen to put a little dot of glue onto the spiders and then dipping it right into the glitter. Then I'm setting it aside to dry and just putting some random spots of glue along different parts of the pumpkin, and then I'll take my glitter and just kind of sprinkle it on there just to add a little bit of sparkle there. And I used black glitter, so it's just going to add a little sparkle. It's not going to add any color or anything. So I did that in just various spots. I like to add it where there's other dots, or just where it seems like it would make sense to add a little bit of glitter. Now the glitter is going to, if you're using a fake pumpkin, it's definitely going to just stick there, so keep that in mind, and you can just rinse it off. Once the glue is completely dry, you can rinse it off and then come back, and your spiders should be dry at that point. And I'm just cutting off the ring part I have my E6000 glue, and I'm dipping the tips of each of my spider legs into that glue and then putting them right onto spider webs. And I'm going to do that with all of the spider webs that I have added. Like I said earlier, I added 8 spider webs, so there's 8 spiders on there. And the E6000 glue is definitely a very strong glue, so I don't need a ton of it on there when I'm adding the spiders. Just enough to cover the tips of the legs is fine. Okay, and here is a look with all of the spiders. Now you can definitely stop at this point. It is quite decorative at this point. It's nice and sparkly and has lots of pretty designs on it, so I would definitely be happy having this on my kitchen table or anything else. Now I chose a fake pumpkin and it's hollow inside, but I took it a little bit further and using a serrated knife I just cut right into the pumpkin, and I cut all the way around the top just like you would with a real pumpkin if it was like a jack-o'-lantern that you're going to be making. And I took off the top and took some fake flowers and made sure I cut off all the tags off of the fake flowers. And these I got actually on sale at my Hobby Lobby or Michael's or some craft store. And I just put it inside the hole. And it makes a pretty little kind of like a flower vase or something. But this step is definitely optional. But I just thought it would look really pretty because I like fall flowers and leaves and things like that. And here are some pictures of the final product. So I hope you enjoyed this little project, and if you decide to create this little pumpkin on your own, please feel free to send me a picture over on Facebook or on Instagram. I will see you again soon.